Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Nerd, my view of books and everything nerdy with a cup of petty and a dash of sass. So, hello again. It's been a while. Yes, I know. Trying to, yeah, it's like a lot of, like, if you listen to the Handicapable Black Woman channel, you kind of already know everything I'm trying to get done. But if not, quickly, finish my first novel. Technically, it'll be my one novel turned into three novels. So, yay. It's like, yeah, being able to soon say I'm going to have three novels to publish and working and crafting on like three or four other series, my greeting cards, the website, and the marketing materials, my Etsy store, like on top of the website, and three other like website, like, well, with my poetry and everything like that. And then the Patreon I'm trying to work on, Gray Sheep Society, etc., etc., etc. But okay, gonna talk about. There's been a few things that's been going on within diversity, DEI, all the stuff that Republicans are scared of. It feels kind of good, but and at the same time, a lot of companies are showing that they don't want anything to do with DEI. I am a female Black woman with a disability. I am everything of DEI. And so, yeah, I'm no longer going to be eating at McDonald's. I think I've only had McDonald's twice within the last 5 or 6 years. So that's going to be easy. And then I know, I think it's Walmart or Meyer, but it's like I've stopped shopping at both of them because only if they're the only store that offers it will I ever. But other than that, I've been doing a lot more looking up small businesses. And that's one thing that I need to do on here. I want to put the businesses that I find and even critique their websites, their search engine optimization, which will be great because while I work on my website, I can look at, okay, what did I learn from this one while I make my own? Because right now I'm looking at the color combinations and all of that stuff and like the crucial portions that I need to make right now because there's so many things I want to do and I know I can't save the world. Oh, my dad reminds me of that on a daily basis, but anyway, mental health. Anyway, but I'm going to be yeah, basically I'm going to start being on here more often because, well, I'm gonna finally start talking about books, and I don't know when I'm gonna be going live. I was thinking February, and yeah, you might actually see my face, but I have a lot of ideas and plans to do with books that I don't really see. I've stated this idea, I think, on one of my episodes before, and I've still never seen it, so gonna try it, gonna see how it works and everything, but gonna be talking about anime. And oh, also, okay, on YouTube I've been, or this is YouTube, duh. Okay, on my other YouTube channel, on the Handicapable Black Woman, I've been talking about some of the shows, and especially the Law of Lydia Poet. Oh my gosh, I watched that series in like less than a week. I love that series so much. And I think like if you're a Democrat, liberal, progressive, you're going to love this show. You are going to love this show. And if you're especially a Republican man, you're going to hate that show because it symbolizes and shows a woman's right, or she's fighting for her right to be who she wants to be, to progress, to use her brains, to not only be used as a baby making machine, to like have emotions in ways that are not traditional and all this other crap. So, but yeah, it's like if you guys want, because I really want to do either either a live, a regular live, or a Patreon live, where we all sit down and just talk about that show. And then there's a couple other shows. There's one where she starts off as a custodian at this police bureau. It's like high IQ. She has a very high IQ. They hire her on, and she solves cases. And it's actually a European version of it. I want to say French or France or what. Yeah. Uh, I forgot which European country, but it started like they have like 7 seasons. I saw all of them because I want to compare and contrast. Like, cause and you could see how the American version and the European version, they start to separate themselves within their storylines, which is so cool and amazing. So I want to do talks on that one. And then there's some documentaries that I really want to talk about. And then, well, yeah, The Uglies. I want to watch that again. And there's a couple other. Oh, Inventing Anna. I know that's kind of an old one back during COVID and everything like that, but I would really want to talk about the villain within each character and even what made Anna a villain. How did she become a villain? Like, 'cause I think, well, I have some opinions. I won't say them right now because, yeah, I really want to talk about that with you guys. But especially like while writing my novels and things like that, I've been trying to find real life villains and studying them and observing them and their body language. And I've been watching even some, I looked up on YouTube and even some on Netflix documentaries about criminals and psychologists who go over their mindsets and everything like that. So that's another area that I'm really, really hoping to kind of dive in more into. And let's see, well, food, because I really want to do interviews with authors, small business owners, and things like that. But I really want to go around and do those interviews at small business restaurants and show their food. And yeah, I know they're small businesses, so they won't be in or out of my state and everything, but I'm hoping that if I can at least show, because I really want to do internet, like a lot of international type of restaurants, and I'm gonna diversify. It's like, I'm gonna do the traditional American cheeseburger, things like that, or whatever too. But it's like, I feel like if I can at least show different types of foods, especially kind of on the healthy side, a little on the naughty side, it's like it'll give us more ideas of where to eat, what to eat, and things. So, and also I'm creating kind of a snack calendar while we get through the next pregnancy. Was I gonna say pregnancy? No, presidency. Yeah, that ain't happening. But anyway. So, okay, some of the gossip and the stories that I've heard online lately or over the last couple months, especially since the last election, some of these people, um, yeah, for some reason they say that politics aren't in books. I don't want to sound like an old woman, but I'm a millennial. I don't even care, whatever. A lot of these zennials are very immature and ignorant, naive, and it's like I don't know what school districts they went to, so I don't want to blame it on their school, but they don't realize that politics are in majority of books. It's like, especially the way you write them, it shows who you are, it shows where you come from, or it shows your point of view or the author's view of how the world is, should be, shouldn't be, and things like that, or what you might be scared of. And even if it's books or fantasy books with aliens and things like that, there are even added American cultures a lot of times within those, or like politics within them or another country's politics. And so it's like if there is LGBTQ love characters within that book, that shows politics, honey. That should, and especially based off of how is that LGBTQ or those LGBTQ characters viewed and seen, and how that character is written in the book is absolutely crucial. Are they accepted? Are they, do they have full character? Do they have a 3D view? Or are they only there so that you can get credit for the diversity? Or did you actually write them as a full human being or character? I don't like, if it's an alien, I don't know. So a full being. And are there people of color? And if there are they either, if they're not the main, or even if they are the main character, what do the people of color, black characters do? What do they do? If they only do minimum wage work, if they're only the help, if they're only doing the minimum, if they're only in the background, just so you again can get that DEI credit, that shows the politics. That shows the politics right there. But if it's like, if it's interracial relationships, that's politics, because we got to remember that the love case back in the day, yeah, in Alabama. So that's politics right there. And I know there's even a city up north in Michigan where this congresswoman full on wanted to outlaw interracial marriage because she said it's unbiblical. She said it's ungodly. And there's a few other states where people in their state, in their like different political parties or whatever, or Republican of course, but within like different like positions in the political parties, they said, yeah, we want to make interracial marriage illegal too. We don't want to allow it. It's like we want our people to stay pure. When you, like, when I say they want their people, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. And so also, what is the diversity of income? It's like, do you have a lower, middle, and upper class? Do you only have a, what a lot of the billionaires and millionaires want now, just lower class and upper class? Do you only have like huge businesses and no small businesses? So even like the business structure, like if they're going shopping or a store, or because it's like, is everyone allowed to go to the store? Don't pretend you don't know, because back in the day when they had the no colors or whites only, so don't play that. And so when it comes to having diversity, that is political. The way you write your story is political. How your characters speak is political. Do they sound like they have education? Because the average reading level in America is between third and fifth grade level. So even the grammar and how they speak says a lot about the educational system that the country has, or your setting has for them. And what do they drive? Or are they able to drive? Are they allowed to drive? Because in in some countries, women are not able to drive. And or is it majority bicycle? Because in some countries, yeah, it's like most people just either walk or ride their bike, which kind of answers like with America's obesity problem and everything. So yeah, even how much, what do your characters look like? Are they thin, or are they, average, or are they on the thick, heavy side? Things like that. I mean, that kind of says a lot about the their surroundings, the food offerings, maybe even if they're in a food desert. And so, I don't know, it's just kind of like when people say there's no politics in writing, there is, but some people want to ignore it. Some people only want to glide through the words they don't want to pay attention. They just want to glide through it so they can get credit for reading it. But is it really reading it when you get nothing out of it? What are you really like reading it when you're not able to like create a strong analysis of the character before and after at the beginning of the novel or at the end, or if you're not able to pick up on the symbolism, the metaphors and similes and everything in between, as like, or even if there's any oxymorons or anything like, or even patterns with colors. And I don't want to say it's like I do all of this, but I try to, like, even with my colors, when I write, it's like sometimes I do like half hour research just trying to see like what color should I make this? What should this be? What does this symbolize? Because it's like I want my readers like, oh, she got this or he got that, or they walked in here and this painting was up. What does this mean? What does that mean? It's like I love puzzles within my books. I love when they dig in. I love when they catch on. And so when people say there's no politics, I'm just like, no, 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 baby. No, no, baby. No. But if you disagree, hey, it's like you're probably not part of my demographic, but I just had to say all of that. Okay, here are some things I want to start covering on the Handicapable Nerd channel because I've got a lot going on. It's like I'm going to be creating more of my reading bingo cards, and it's like I was kind of thinking like I was doing them virtually where you can just like print them like on Etsy and everything. But part of me was like, okay, do they want me to print them off? I don't know. So if you guys can let me know, like, should they be just a virtual? Cause, and I try to make them pretty because I like pretty things. I don't like basic looking. Like if I'm gonna make something, let me make it. And so I'll put the link for it in this episode and everything so you can see. And I don't have that many items on my Etsy. Like I said, I'm working on a lot, but I have so many projects I'm in the middle of that should be on Etsy. And well, not only Etsy, I've found 5 competitors too. So but first, I need to start. So if I can at least get that started, so then I can get the SEO started and everything and get the ball rolling, and I can get the my website going and get everything together with the credit card transactions, systems, and stuff like that, then we're gonna be good. So I'm gonna be working on the reading bingo sheets, and then I'm going to be doing more educational sheets for kids and and also work puzzles for adults. Yeah, I didn't leave us out. I didn't leave us out. But then the greeting cards, all I need to do is test the printer. Once I have the printer tested, I have, I think, 12 greeting cards already assembled, and I have a list of 100 that I need to get together. Where I was like, yeah, I wrote all of the insides. I made sure they are as original as possible. And I might have some where it's just, the basics of happy birthday and things like that. But part of me is just like, no, it's like I wanna it's like if I'm gonna make these cards, I want to make these cards. So you're gonna be seeing that pretty soon, because yeah, literally once I get the printer and I already have paper for 2 of the cards. So once I get the printer together with my laptop, get things tested and everything like that, it's like, well, once I get the final prints and I take the pictures and everything like that, which I'm gonna start, like, I think that'll be perfect for this channel, giving you guys a sneak peek of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, the different steps, the headaches, and the things I'm learning, like the steps by steps and stuff. And then the novel. Some of you guys know that, yeah, it's take it was taking me forever to write one novel. And then I realized, oh, I wrote 3, or I wrote parts of 3. So I'm finishing up the first one now. And it's just so crazy how I'm already over halfway done with two other novels. So it feels kind of good because at first I was like, this took forever. But now I'm like, oh, this didn't like for three? And I already have starts of like four other series. And I have some children's books. So I'm pretty happy. It's like I'm excited. I'm happy. And if you don't know if you're part of my demographic, check out the Handicapable Black Woman. I talk about like disability, like rights and current events. I talk about river of racism. I talk about mental health. I talk about diversity, African American rights, and people of color rights and things like that. So, and the sad thing is, like, I wish when I say people of color, I could include like people don't know how black people, especially black women, are never a part of that community. And I'm going to be talking about that on one of my next Handicapable Black Woman episodes. But when, at the end of the day, I know I have to write as many novels as I can with the representation that I want and that we need as a society, because a lot of people have told me, oh, no one's going to read your book if your main character is black. No one's going to read your book if your main character has a disability. Then I have more need to do that then. We need representation. We need to see ourselves. And when we have a jerk coming into the office, when we have politicians who have the nerve to get on stage at a rally and say that Kamala, Vice President Kamala, Vice President needs to go back to her pimps. Yeah, we need more African American main characters. We need more African American women main characters. We need them to dominate. We need to have them like own businesses, start businesses, and strive for goals and do amazing things in those books, because we need to show them that how dare you? You always want to jump and degrade us. And there, and then even with the California fires, they keep wanting to blame DEI. They want to blame black people especially. And situation after situation, they always want to make sure they either laugh at, blame, or dismiss the black community. And I'm tired of it. So that's one reason why I'm going to be working even harder on my goals. So, writing my books with black main characters, disability characters, and they all won't have walking disabilities like myself, but it's like a lot of them will, because that's the world that I understand so well. That's the life of everyone thinking I was a liar for over 36 years. And so when you read my books, I put my heart into them. I put my life into them. Like, I put the sad truth into them. And so, what else? Oh, with Patreon and other things too, I will be starting poetry club and then a writing club, because some people who write novels don't write poetry. Those who write poetry don't write novels. And sometimes, like, I think if I put all of them in the same group, some of them won't really, they're just like, okay, I don't get this poem. What are you doing? And then with the novel, oh, that's too long. I don't get this. Like, stop it, whatever. So it's like I'm thinking of having them as separate groups. And then I want to have like a puzzle activity group, a cold case detective group. So yeah, there's a few cold cases I've been trying to look at. So, and also see, can we do anything with it? And so I'm thinking of putting those on Patreon so that we can be our own, like, create a detective agency in a way, or group, society, or whatever. And I'm thinking of calling it the Gray Sheep Detective Group. And Gonna start reading the books and like doing my analysis of them, and also anime and other shows other than the ones I mentioned. But yeah, that's basically what I'm really hoping to get doing, get to work on in 2025. I'm really excited and I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy the ride with me. I will be posting more, I promise. I have been through a lot, so, but I will talk to you soon. But, anyways, this is the Handicapable Black Nerd, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.